Welcome back to episode 4 of Toy Talk. I am your host, Vinny Wasco, and today's edition is Starting Lineup. Starting Lineup is a series consisted of sports toys. If you guys aren't familiar with them, they make baseball, basketball, and football starting lineups. They might even make hockey. I'm not too sure. I just know the main 3 that I just really talked about because those are the only really main 3 sports that I watch besides Olympic wrestling and amateur wrestling and all that. Anyway, but today's edition is Starting Lineup. So we're going to get right into it. I don't have the biggest starting lineup collection, but it's just a start. It is all Chicago Bears starting lineup, as I am a humongous diehard Chicago Bears fan. If you guys have not noticed from any of my social media accounts, my weekly I hate or love football post, I have a bipolar relationship with football, depending on if the Bears win or not. But nonetheless, let's get into it. Okay, so the first one up. These figures are from the 90s and 2000s pretty much. But this one we have Raymond Harris right there from 1998 edition. You got a little trading card and the figure itself with it right there. I'm not going to lie, I don't know much about Raymond Harris. I believe he was a running back. He's got number 29, so that's a running back number. But he was obviously at the Bears in 98. I want to collect the whole Bears edition. That's why I picked him up. I mean, he was a pretty cheap figure. I think it was like $4. So yeah, but I mean, this is all I really can tell you about it. On the back, it doesn't give much about the players, so unfortunately, but we have Raymond Harris right here from 1998. Okay, so up next, kind of a special one, kind of. This is from 2000, the 2000 edition of Starting Lineup, and it's Cade McNown. He was the Bears quarterback. They drafted him, I believe, in the first round of the 1999 draft. And what's special about this one is kind of remember, it gives me a remembrance of my brother, kind of, because my dad actually gave my brother his middle name because of Cade McNown. My brother is Joshua Cade. So, yeah, he kind of was named after Cade McNown. But Cade McNown was kind of a bust for the Chicago Bears. He came in, kind of withheld because he wanted more money, and didn't really do much. It was supposed to be, the savior to take the Bears back to the Super Bowl since the Jim McMahon era, and that didn't really happen, unfortunately. And he was just another one of those guys that came in and had a cup of coffee and kind of left for the Chicago Bears quarterback. I think Bears have had quite a bit of quarterbacks, since the Jim McMahon era, obviously. But Cade McNown, unfortunately, was one of them. And unfortunately for my brother, my dad's always going to remember the bust that he named his son after. But nonetheless, this is I did purchase this one because he is a Chicago Bear, but this one actually, it's kind of special to me because, like I said, he was my brother was named after him, so this one's always gonna have a little kind of a little place here in the heart, I guess. But this one on the back is a lot different from the Raymond Harris one. On the back, you actually have everybody that was a part of that series. You have guys like Mike Alstott, Jesse Armstead, Tim Couch, Fred Taylor, Randy Moss, Kurt Warner, and a very young Peyton Manning, who in my opinion is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. I mean, you have Kurt Warner on there. I mean, he's good, but he's no Peyton Manning. But Cade McNown. So this one's one of the older ones in the collection. It's a 1991 Jim Harbaugh right there. Jim Harbaugh is the Super Bowl 49ers Super Bowl head coach when they went in 2013, I believe it was. Currently, he's the Michigan football head coach. But Jim Harbaugh was once the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears in 1991. I believe he was drafted in the first round as well. This one's kind of beat up, but I mean, you got to remember this toy right here is older than me. This one is, let me see, we're in the 2019, so 28 years old, right? Is that right? Or yeah, 28 years old. So I mean, this toy's up there in age, but yeah, I mean, okay figure. I mean, all of these ones except the last one are all in the away jerseys, which is kind of whatever. But this one, it does again have another checklist, unlike the Raymond Harris. It gives all the Bears that they have. You have Neil Anderson, Jim Harbaugh, William Perry, Mark Carrier from the 1991 edition. You have Cowboys such as Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, Phil Simms from the Giants, Randall Cunningham from the Eagles, Herschel Walker from the Vikings, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice from the Niners, Dan Marino from the Dolphins, which that one's actually kind of rare from what I remember. But yeah, this one, Jim Harbaugh, a little beat up. I mean, Super Bowl head coach. They didn't win it, obviously. They kind of, choked in the playoffs. Which that year they did beat the Bears. I remember that. Alex Smith went down, and then Colin Kaepernick came in and led them to the promised land. And then, they beat the Bears in November of 2012. And they went to the Super Bowl in February 2013. So congratulations, Jim. You didn't make it as a starting quarterback, but you went as head coach, But yeah, Jim Harbaugh right here. And it's got a nice little collector's coin with it, too. But anyway, we have Jim Harbaugh right there from the starting lineup, 1991. And last but not least, this is my favorite one in the collection. Yeah, that's the favorite one. This is the first one that I picked up. I picked this one up at the Las Vegas toy shop on Fremont Street, which if you guys watch the vlog, you guys will kind of see it. But yeah, this one, every time I'm on Fremont Street right there for FSW, we gotta go to the toy store. I can't pick this one every time, but yeah, this is the one that started the starting lineup collection. It's a Pro Football Hall of Fame Legends with a card, Dick Butkus, monster of the Midway. Dick Butkus, one of the most legendary linebackers in all of football, one of the most legendary, and probably the most legendary linebacker in Chicago Bears history. So you got number 51 in the blue, navy blue home jersey. All the other ones I have are in their white, but this one we got in the blue. And on the back, it's got a nice little list. I don't know why that's blacked out. I got to figure out who that is. I don't know why it's blacked out like that either. This one's from 1998 as well. You got Dick Butkus, Gale Sayers, Bart Starr, Vince Lombardi, Deacon Jones. So you got a nice little name of people from this edition, but you have right there, Dick Butkus. So, but yeah, that is a starting lineup edition collection, guys. You got 4 to start it off. There's still a lot more. Not too much more to kind of pick it up. Not like the Black Series or the Pops that, we've been talking about here on Toy Talk. Just kind of still going out there and finding whatever I can to add to the collection. I got a Walter Payton. Jim McMahon is the one that I'm after the most. Jim McMahon, like I said, probably the best Bears quarterback in, Bears history. We have a few others, but I mean, Jim McMahon obviously probably is going to get the most praise because of the Super Bowl shuffle, all of his little shenanigans that he did when the Bears went and won the Super Bowl in 1985 and Super Bowl 20. So still building up the Chicago Bears starting lineup edition, but as of now, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video, and I'll see you guys next week for Toy Talk episode 5.